So I realized it's been a little while since I posted any sort of update to my build log about how my R2 work has been progressing. But it's been progressing a little bit each night. Not a ton on the hardware side necessarily, but there has been some work there. But I figured I would show everyone more of the software side and setup this time. So as you can see, my dome here is up and running, and I can do things like trigger a sequence on it, where it will go and slowly do a bunch of different things. And to give you an idea of how that's working, I'm using a BeagleBone Black. So this guy here is a Linux single-board computer. It's kind of like the Raspberry Pi, except that it's got more power and more I/O than the original Raspberry Pi does. I'm not sure about the Raspberry Pi 2 in terms of power, but this thing has more I/O definitely. It has some other features that could make it better for robotics as well. So this is what I started out with for it. And then I have a couple things in here that talk via I2C to that guy. So over on this side here, if I rotate a little bit, I have the magic panel, and I don't have that quite configured yet into my sequences and such, but it is there and it is active. And then over here, I've got my my logics, and they're the R series logics, but instead of using the built-in Arduino that they come with, I made just the LED boards myself, and then I made this board here. So this board is it's just a breakout board for them, and I guess it's a bit hard to see, but it's got eight different headers that you can use to plug into LED sequences. And then up here I've got inputs for power and I2C, and then it uses a Teensy microcontroller, which is a great little Arduino type microcontroller platform, though I'm not using Arduino, I'm using a real-time operating system to give me better control. But anyways, to show you sort of an idea of how this works, everything's sort of hooked up down here in the running forms. And then to control it, I am using one of these JXD gaming Android tablets. There had been some talk on the forums a while ago about using them, possibly. I think it came out of a PSP. Or a discussion about using PSPs, and someone had posted this instead, and I thought, oh, well, that's an interesting idea, and went with it. So anyways, to give you an idea, that sequence I showed you earlier, I can trigger just by pressing this sequence button, and you'll notice my my logics are displaying hello world, and all of my panels open in sequence and then close together. But I can also, on here, go in and, very similar to Curious Mark's setup, I can select a set of panels. So I can say I want the top panels, and then I can hit open and close. I can also select panels one by one, and then hit open and close. And another feature that I can do is if I hold this trigger, it gives me manual access to control these guys, and I can select any variety of panels to do that. So right now I was only doing panel 11, but if I pick 13, I can also do the same now, and you'll notice they both operate together, and I can use the buttons to do the same type of thing. So that's where I am with my system right now. The UI is, it's not pretty right now, but it works. Uh, so I plan on updating that in the future. But this is where my R2 sits right now. I'm really waiting on a bunch of different part runs to happen, like a frame run and then some of the finishing details for the dome as well. And then I hope that I can make some more significant progress on my R2.